Alright, hey again out there everyone. We're currently chilling on part 184, and today we're gonna build a big ass gunpowder farm. Almost forgot what it was called. It's in the name of the stream and everything what we're doing, and I actually almost forgot what it was called. But yeah, we're currently chilling on day 1840. Cool little world map. And as you can see, there's been a couple of small changes to my base. Main. What the? Okay, well we're gonna go deal with that real quick. Got my lava bucket right, yeah, because I can't afford to start like a raid up on the trading hall. But yeah, so we dug out a small chunk to go put the gunpowder farm in at the bottom. This is a 22 by 22 block chunk, centered on a 16 by 16 chunk, so it's pretty big. Can't go too wrong with it. Now we need to take some time to set this guy on fire to death, like that. That's all good. Now, if there's one of them, there's usually more, so let's keep an eye out here real quick. And there's nothing. Alright, good enough for me. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, we dug out a small chunk last time. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. Trunk borders. Whoops. I want to see if they've actually dug up anything, so I keep ignoring these guys on purpose, but they have not dug me up anything else. Or if they have, it's despawned while I've been working. But yeah, so we dug out a small chunk last time. That was pretty cool. We got some extra diamonds, things like that, a bunch of materials, good shit. But yeah, mainly today we're just focusing on resource gathering, and we need to do a lot of resource gathering. I've got a rough list of stuff I'm gonna need if I want to build it for like a specific size. So we're gonna focus on getting all those materials today, and then that shouldn't take more than an hour or so, depending on what I need to get and how easy it is to access. We're gonna go turn on the map switch real quick too while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so it's mainly just a ton of shit, like a lot. Like good lord, it is so much stuff, and we're gonna need quite a good bit of it. It's not really that bad. A lot of it actually is just gonna be raw material, especially on the wood and iron sign, because I'm not gonna make 108 boats and minecarts and have them in like 8 shulker boxes. So we're gonna just leave those as raw materials and then craft them up as needed. In like little bits of 9 at a time. But that shouldn't be so bad. I'll probably just have a shulker box with like the raw materials on the bottom, and then like 9 boats and 9 minecarts at a time up at the top. So I'll probably do something like that just because it's a lot easier to do. But yeah, it's going pretty good. We just got to go out and gather all these materials. So there's nothing to it other than just go grab some stuff for my base, like some empty shulker boxes, and then we can go ahead and get started here. So it shouldn't be anything too bad. Again, a lot of it's like super simple stuff. There's not even really like, there's redstone in this farm, and when I say redstone, I mean hoppers, powered rails, a redstone block, and like rails, and that's it. That's the redstone. So it's not really redstone. It's a thing that exists, and I need to get more empty boxes. Kind of wish I had I don't, do I? Oh well, I'll have to go make some more chests. I should have plenty of excess wood for right now, so let's see. We got some good cherry wood, but I should have actual stuff. A lot of spruce doors. Funny. Oh, I remember. Nope, I do remember where we actually have it. It's actually up in the up there, so we're gonna go ahead and grab that. It's the big shulker box. It's upstairs, so up in the Parthenon. I keep forgetting what the name of these damn buildings are sometimes. But up here we got a big ass thing of stone. Stone? Ow. I meant wood. I don't know why I said stone. I'm not doing too good today, apparently. What the fuck is it? Oh, I got something over here? Oh, that's just the outline doing its thing. Okay. Well, anyways, like I was saying, don't know why I said stone. I meant to say wood. The whole point of coming up here is that I've got a massive box of just spruce logs just hanging out up here, so I don't have to go out and farm any at the moment. So, oh, and it looks like we got a good chunk of powered rails to get us started as well here, not to mention chest. But yeah, this is what we're really after here are these logs, so we're gonna go ahead and take a couple of these. And then I can just move this back with me for right now, so Go ahead and steal that. And let's see, anything here I can steal? Yes, we got some good trapdoors here I can borrow. Believe all my redstone's already loaded up into my redstone box, so won't be having to worry about that. We got some mine carts, but it literally does not matter. A big one will actually be lava, believe it or not, because you do need a pretty sizable chunk of lava to get this thing going. But luckily, since I have that lava farm, it's actually already all taken care of, believe it or not. So we can actually go ahead and mark lava off of our list. We'll need cauldrons, redstone blocks. Let's see here. We can get some of the easy ones knocked out of the way first here after we get some shulker boxes built. But it's mainly just rails, powered rails, redstone blocks, hoppers. Hoppers will be a big like time sink one, so we'll kind of save those for a little later. Since those will be like ones that take up a bunch of my time there. But we've got like everything like laying around my base already. It literally is just a matter of putting it all together. Other than the bricks, though, I do need to kind of sit down and craft those, so we'll be back up here somewhat soon to get those. But I'm just borrowing up these chests that I stored in here for now, and then we're just going to make some extra shulker boxes. You know how it goes. Can't have too many shulker boxes, except for the part where you can, but that's not important. But, yeah, you know. Go ahead and grab a few extra shells. That should be enough. We'll grab those, maybe make a couple of extra chests. And then that. And then we can make some of these. Alright, so that's 18 shulker boxes. That should be enough to get us started. And we'll just kind of dump them out in the empty boxes and just, you know, take a couple of empties. So it shouldn't really be anything too serious. There we go. Gets us all that. And then we can tuck this back away. Like so. And then I'm just going to put this banner away for now. I'll take some time to sit down and resort all that stuff later. Hey, what are you doing? Come here. Come on. Yes, yes, come here. What the hell are you meowing about, huh? I got my cat next to me. He's loud ass because he feels like it. Which, you know, fair. I get it, but... let's see here. What are we looking for? Oh, cobble deep slate. That's really one of the main things we're looking for here, so... Gonna need quite a lot of that. But, nothing to it other than just getting started. So let's go ahead and get our cobble deep slate first. As I talked about, this is going to be our main building block just because it's pretty. So anything that I don't want stuff to spawn on, it's just going to be made out of cobble deep slate. So, you know, some of our little like generic blocks that aren't bricks is just going to be slate here. So it looks pretty. It's easy to work with. I have a lot of it laying around. Gets it out of my base here, so I don't have to sort it later. But yeah, we've already got all of our cobbled deep slate. That's all done. So that's actually all the cobbled deep slate we need for the farm. So we can go ahead and mark that one off. Like so. And then we need a bunch of slabs, which we'll use... what kind of slabs to use, I wonder? Probably just use regular stone, to be perfectly honest. Don't really think it's worth... Yeah, we'll just use our regular stone. It'll stand out easier, so... I'll roll with that excuse. Anyway, so we get some stone there. Stone there. Alright. I forgot to pack another empty box in here, so we're just going to put that away in there for right now while I grab another empty. And I'm trying to do some mental math. Unfortunately, I just woke up, so that should tell you all you need to know. But here we go. We got some extra stone slabs. Let's see here. 12 stacks of 64. 640, which first of all, 640 is already well over 400, so we definitely got the slabs. So that's all good. Alright. Cauldrons. We need to make 108 cauldrons here after we get our redstone. Why don't we get our redstone first, you know? I mean, I'm sure I've got enough of it laying around. So we'll go ahead and grab... Yep, so we already got 64 redstone blocks. Still need more, though. This isn't enough. And we're going to actually have to go trade for it, which hasn't happened in quite a while. Iron trapdoors, block of iron, regular trapdoors that are hanging around. Okay. Oh, let's think here. We got some spruce trapdoors. Need to make more of them. Same deal with the redstone blocks. We're actually a little shy on redstone blocks still, unfortunately, but not like it's super bad or nothing. So let's grab another empty shulker box here just for some of the redstone components. So, things like our redstone blocks can go in there, our trapdoors. We'll have another one for our rails too. So for wooden trapdoors, we need 432 of them, which if we do some quick little math, 432 divided by 64 is like 7 stacks there or so is what we're going to need. About 7 stacks, yeah. So we'll just try and aim for 7 stacks. I can always get like very small amounts a little later since it'll be near the top, so it's super easy to grab a hold of if we need to. Alright, I had a wood box. Yeah, here we go. Okay. And yeah, we've already actually got a decent chunk of wooden trap. So that's good. Yeah, 7 stacks. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll bring this up to 2 stacks in total just to kind of clean it out a little bit better. Iron trapdoors are going to take up a lot though, so fair warning on that. Go ahead and make some of those. I might actually have to go out and farm some extra wood, it looks like, because Lord knows I don't have enough of it, because of course I never do. Really ought to sit down and farm some more one day, but, I gotta sit down and farm wood, which, come on, who wants to do that? Getting there, though. 5 stacks of trapdoors. That's closer. We're down to our last little bit of wood, so, yeah, we're gonna have to go out and farm some more wood, because I simply don't have enough of it. And I don't actually have enough of those either, technically. Try there. Okay, that's annoying. Let's think. Iron trapdoors, we can get some of those put in place, right? Yeah, sure we can. We'll grab that. We'll make a couple of stacks of iron trapdoors. Fine enough for right now. Now, I should have some extra iron laying around. Bars, iron blocks, there we go. Do a little something like that. Now, the cauldrons, too, are going to be quite the resource sink, so those aren't going to be really too bad, to be honest. But, whoops, almost made a stack of cauldrons. My bad. Don't want to do that quite yet. Alright, let's see here. And then as for the iron trapdoors, we actually want 1,296 of them. Which is about 20 stacks. So we're actually going to have to get a whole box for these. So we're going to take these out. And then we'll maybe just, take the crafting table to move there since I'm a little bit closer to it here. We'll go ahead. Getting there. Alright, and then we need a couple more iron trapdoors here. Almost done. There we go, now we're starting to get it. Alright, still need like another 2 stacks or so, so we'll go ahead. And just one more stack of iron blocks should make us more than enough. So this gets us all of our iron trapdoors, or at least most of them. I don't think we're going to need any more after that, so that's good. That was one of the bigger ones, funny enough, too, and look how quick that was. Cauldrons? We're going to need cauldrons, 108 of those. So let's go ahead and grab some extra iron here. Oh, yeah, we actually overmade cauldrons. Whoops, I was not paying attention there. Don't know why I blanked out on that one. But anyways, we do have enough cauldrons now, so that one's an easy, check that one off. Bucket list there. Now, one of the other big iron sinks is going to be hoppers, but that's also a massive wood sink as well. Like, we're talking, I need 972 hoppers. It's about 1,000, which, you know, it's a fair bit of hoppers there. That'll be one of our later ones, too, just because it's going to be quite a while before we get a hold of that. But let's see here. Ah, yeah, our bricks and our wooden trapdoors. Right, okay. Oh, let's check to see. One of these should be the box with a bunch of powered rails. Yeah, so let's see. We got some regular rails here, too, we can probably handle. We'll make a separate one for rails. Here down the line, I'm sure. We're talking about 432 rails. We'll make up to 9 stacks of them there. So let's see what else we can make. And then same deal with the powered rails. We've actually got not a lot of them. Well, we got enough to get a decent chunk of it done, but we need more. So we're going to actually have to take quite a good bit of time to go out and farm redstone. So that'll be something to do. And we'll make a couple of extra rails. I have made a couple too many rails, but it's better than not having enough, so I'll take that for sure. That away. And I guess we'll dump the cauldrons in there. I don't really need take some of that redstone dust. We'll use it to make powered rails. But our regular rails are good for now. Gold is a bottleneck, that's for sure. I should have actually quite a good chunk of it in here still. Here we go, yeah. So good thing we did all that bastion raiding too when we're trying to find the other stuff, because gold is a little bit of a pain, so got some of it at least. That's good. We can tuck that ancient debris with the other ancient debris. We got some extra diamonds too, luckily. I'm gonna need those later, I'm sure. Soul speed? Oh, soul speed. Okay. Oh yeah, 2 load zones. I want to use these at some point, you know. I haven't gotten a chance to, and we got a hot over to the sea here, so make another conduit. I don't know where I actually did put the other conduit, to be perfectly honest. I know I had one. I think I had one. No, I'm pretty confident I did have. Oh wait, no, I reclaimed it, right? It was at the what is it called? The fucking how did we get here achievement when I built that little station in 1.18 before the wild update, and I got that achievement. I ended up using a conduit there, obviously, because you kind of have to. And I don't remember if I actually ever reclaimed it or not. And we're out of wood, right? Yes, okay, forgot about that. Oh, we're out of the cool wood. I should actually have plenty of sticks, though, which is what I kind of need. Let's kind of see here. Oh, I had 43 chests in here the whole time. Well, shit. Yeah, okay, that's fair. We'll keep that in mind next time. Here, any sticks? Yep, plenty of sticks. At least enough of them to get us by for right now. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit more annoying, isn't it? Alright, gold. Yep, there we go. We got some gold. Easy enough. That should help, but it's not all of them, unfortunately. So we actually ran out of redstone dust, but we are super close to having all of them. Not too much more. We ran out of sticks again before we ran out of gold and redstone. But let's see here. More sticks, which means more wood. Hey, come on, you two. Come on. What's going on? What's going on with you two, huh? Cats are fighting. Don't know why, but they are, so don't know why they're doing that. They're just being funny. Hey, no, Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Come on, you know better. Come here. Yeah, just come here. Come on. Quit doing that. You're just play fighting, I'm sure, but still don't want him doing that all the time. I could for him to do. Alright, yeah, we're gonna go trade for some more redstone. I could mine for some more, but you know, kinda don't want to at the moment. Oh, we got a little bit extra in here. So I thought. There we go. So we're out of gold, so hopefully this is enough, if not really close. Let's see here. Yeah, that's actually about enough. Okay, yeah, alright. We'll call that one done. If not, it's like super fucking close, so it hardly matters objectively, but it's pretty much good. The iron, or not iron, the redstone blocks, on the other hand, though, we still do need quite a good bit more. So we'll go ahead and mark off powered rails. We got all of those. Good. And then we need to get the bricks while we're up there, and then some more spruce trap doors. Let's see. 6 plus 1. A little less than 400 there. Yeah, so we still do need more wooden trapdoors. It'll be like 8 stacks or so. We're still a little shy on that, unfortunately. But yeah, let's just pop back on up to the trading hall, go grab some more redstone dust out of there, and might have to go out and farm some trees, but that's not too. Already been 22 minutes, huh? Hey, welcome, Scarsy. It has been a while. Trying to get some stuff here. Nope, not what I need, although I wish I would have seen that earlier. Oh. Go and get some emeralds done. Don't want to run out of space, so. Oh, cartographers. Don't care about those guys. We're gonna go get some emerald. Emerald? I don't know why I said emerald. I am just not doing good today. Anyways, redstone. Right, yes, like this. Oh, it's 1 emerald for 2 dust. That's very good. I'm glad. Helps out a lot. I want those back, though. I have to remember to put those back. Let's see. Good to have that. Go. But you can tuck some of the sticks away, and we're gonna need to make some more bricks, too. Serious, though, luckily. If I have any extra gold just laying around, I don't think I do, unfortunately. Oh, and hey, and there's some of the extra bricks from last time I did stuff with bricks too, so that actually helps out a lot. And we got some extra dust in here. Good. We'll go ahead and head down to the inside of the farm there. And, yeah, go see what we can get, so shouldn't be nothing too bad. But, you know, we'll see. Oh, hey, what's up? I want these emeralds back. Let's see here. Give me some more redstone. Yeah, already bought it from you. Did not buy it from you. Alright, we can keep going. Good excuse to get some of my tools fixed up too while I still got the time, so go ahead and some more dust. There we go. Now that should get us enough dust here to, or should get us very close to it at least. We're only missing probably a couple of redstone blocks, so I don't think it'll be too bad. And we don't need dust for really anything else other than redstone blocks, so... Or not at the moment, at least. Yeah, there's nothing else in here that even uses redstone other than the redstone blocks and the powered rails, and since we already got the powered rails, it don't matter. And then there's our stonemasons there too. They're hanging out. They sell bricks. Might have to buy some of those. Let's see here. Block of redstone. That's definitely enough redstone. I'm pretty confident in that. Good. Right? And there was actually a little thing I wanted to do yesterday that I forgot about. But let's see here. We need Unbreaking 3, Mending, and Fortune 3. So let's grab our Fortune 3 book. Oh yeah, I don't actually have a book on me. We'll just buy a bookshelf really quickly from one of these. So, something like that, break it up. I know I actually had more like in reserves, but let's see. Here we go. This guy's 2 emeralds, surprisingly enough. Normally I've whittled them down to 1, but for that guy somehow. We're looking for mending. Yep, here we go. Mending. And last but not least, unbreaking. Here we go. Now, we're actually making a diamond pickaxe. Not a netherite one this time, but just an unenchanted. I say unenchanted. We're looking for trying to make a diamond pickaxe here that, you know, is not bad. Or rather, that is bad on purpose, I should say. And then we need to go grab our funny little man. Our weaponsmith, that's our leather worker. We should have a toolsmith or 3 down here. Here we go. Diamond pickaxe. Silk touch guy. I gotta disenchant it anyways, but this one's cheaper, so. But yeah, we're just making a diamond pickaxe really quickly that's got everything good on it except for efficiency. Because I have to, you know, actually harvest stuff now, unfortunately. Like, I actually had to use the geode, and I broke 2 budding blocks yesterday because I insta-mine with everything that I already currently have. And I kind of can't afford that. I'm going to run out of shit to mine if I keep that up, so we're just going to curb that before it starts. And then we're just going to call this fucking, yeah, we'll call it that. Okay, here we go. Why not? And then I've got item frames in my base, so we'll run that back too. We got some extra bricks there. We've got our redstone blocks now, so we'll go ahead and mark that one as completed. Lava we've got, we just don't like have all of it in something yet, but we do have it like sitting there. So really all we have left to get basically are boats. Like a ton of boats, so we're gonna need a lot of wood. And then a tinted glass, which that's a thing on its own time, honestly. That's something we can worry about at the end. Or near the end, rather. Let's see here. What else? Wooden trapdoors is our main one right now, and then our hoppers, so we are going to need a lot of wood. Like, good lord, I'm going to need too much wood here, so we're going to have to get a handle on that really quickly, but shouldn't be anything. We'll just go ahead and dump away some of these extra emeralds. I've got some extra bricks laying around already, like, done. So we need quite a lot of them, though, still. But should have some laying around. Let's condense down as many of these as we can. Whoops. Go. We'll do something like, I don't know, 18 stacks or whatever, something. And then, you know, we can get a bunch more, like, super easy, so not like it's that big of a deal. But, yep, there we go. We got most of our bricks there. We should have that little shulker box filled with a bunch of random junk that we. So we'll just dump it in like this chest or something. It's not really that important to have. Except for those, want those back. No bricks laying around up there, unfortunately. But, and then we just kind of want to declutter some of this stuff here is all. Oh hey, the birds, they're hanging out up there. I'll have to go deal with. But yeah, 9 stacks is 576. So we should actually have just enough bricks here to get it done. So we'll go ahead and mark that one off to. Ooh, there we go. And yeah, mainly it's just our wooden trap doors for right now and our hoppers, because all the other stuff is stuff I can get a little later. Like our lava, for example, is something I'm not gonna sweat too hard about at the moment, because I know I have it. I just need to like make a bunch of buckets, which are super cool, and then let's see here. What else? What else are we looking for? It's mainly just wood, honestly. Like we've got the iron to make all of the different chests and whatnot and hoppers, but we need like 1,000 hoppers, so we're gonna be trying to get them for. Whoops, this was the wrong side, but luckily that's no big deal. I can peek back on through. We'll sleep in the bed to get rid of the phantoms. It's been a little while, so I might as well. And yeah, this gets us most of our materials here, so that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Should be getting on him. Yep, there it is. Take those back since I don't need those, so confident that we got enough redstone there. Good. It's mainly the wooden trapdoors, though, is a bit of an issue, though, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get that figured out. And then we're going to need like a bunch of spare wood and iron, which we got the iron part covered. It's just, again, all that wood for a chest. So we're going to take some time here to pick up some extra fireworks, clean up my a little bit here, and just go see how many chests I can go get a hold of. Could be a lot, but we'll also go grab an item frame. I left one in the wood section in here. There's this one here. I think this needs to go in the animal product. But we're just going to bring that with us down to the geode, just so that way I've got something there. Let's see here. So wood, go there. And then we'll go ahead and pop on over, get some extra fireworks, and then. Oh, yeah, and then we got some shards there I need to. But we're just gonna go clean out a bunch of the old spruce forest just out in the distance, just to see what I can. I'm also gonna maybe set the materials that I need for this out to the side a little bit more, so like here, so that way I don't get anything mixed up down the line. This, for example, that can stay. That needs to go back in the chest. That goes. That goes. That goes. Yep. All right. So we can place like all these different shulkers down here, like so. So then we just bring an empty box with me, fill it up with a bunch of wood, and then we just need a couple of shulkers worth of trapdoors there. Not shulkers, but we need a lot more trapdoors than that. Let's see here. About another 2.5 stacks, so that's doable. And then the chest part is going to be a fucking pain in the ass. So if we do 972 divided by 64, we need 15 and like an eighth stacks of chests basically to do this. So we'll round it up to 15 and a half. So, 15.5 times 8. So we're making 15 and a half stacks. Let's see here. Times 8, because that's how many planks you need. You need 124 stacks of wood and planks. So divide that by 4 to get the number of logs. So we need 31 stacks of logs. That's fun. We need a lot of logs for this. Like, oh my god, we need more than a shulker box worth of logs. Jesus, man. Oh, good lord. Alright, well. Hop to it, I guess. Nothing else to do but do it, so. Oh, and we'll do the geode part first really quickly before I forget that, because I'm gonna forget that. Better to try and take care of it now while I still remember something, right? That out. And it's a good time to test out to see if the diamond pickaxe here will actually do it for me or not. So again, it's just got Fortune 3, Mending, and Breaking 3, and the reason it's got these enchantments and no efficiency is because since I've always got Haste 2 here, I don't want to risk insta-mining anything down here, like these budding blocks. I think the budding blocks have a higher hardness, but I don't want to bank on that too hard and find out that's just not true, so we're going to go ahead and slap that down in there. But yeah, you see how that's not insta-mine anymore, which is great. That's exactly what we want. So now, when I need them, I can just come back down here and harvest some, 20 little guys, so. I can harvest a ton of extra shards while I'm down here. We'll just do a little bit for now, just to show that I can. And then maybe just, back up to the surface with me and go drop them off. But that'll be great for later on to manage some of the tinted glass. So we'll keep that in mind. Because I need quite a good chunk of tinted glass. Which technically I might already have enough for it, other than like the glass part. Because as I talked about before, I'm not going to surround the whole thing with tinted glass or do the inside layers with tinted glass. Just because it'd be a lot more wasteful, and plus it won't ever do me. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, but if I don't use tinted glass for each module, then I'm gonna need a different block to act as a roof. So we actually do need to get some kind of substitute for that really quickly. So I think we'll just use cobblestone since I've got like 3 stacks of 3 shulker boxes worth of it just chilling. Amethyst needs to go in there. We'll worry about that later. And we should have. I know I saw it earlier. Here we go. Yeah. So we got some boxes of cobblestone here. But these are going to be kind of the inner ceilings of each module and all that to actually, like, make it dark so stuff can actually spawn. Kind of need that, it's pretty important to have. Here we go. That's 2 shulker boxes worth. If it's 25 times 108, not including the outsides, we're talking about 2,700, which is actually less than 2 shulker boxes worth, so yeah, we're actually fine on that end. Good. So we've got all of our cobblestone there, so that's good. Not too bad. And then, let's see here, what else? Minecart, boat, hoppers, and wooden trapdoors. So yep, it's mainly just wood gathering and a lot of it, so. Need that hat back. Have that back on, and we're out of here. We're just gonna take some time and kind of clean out like a bunch of the spruce trees that are out here. Not those ones because they're too close to my base. I kind of want to leave those relatively intact, but this forest out here is completely fair game because it's just far enough away for me to not care. And plus, I want to do stuff in this area way later on down the road. What helps. But, just cleaned out. But yeah, we're talking about like a shulker box worth of logs here, so we've got to get quite a serious amount of wood. Like, that wasn't even a stack of logs. And I need 6 more of them. So we'll just kind of go up from the top of the big trees and just take them down the top. So nothing really too hard, just something I have to sit down. Oh yeah, I forgot about that witch hut too. We've had that since the very beginning, so if I really want to at some point as well, I could build like a witch farm. Now the main issue with that is it's not near my actual base. Or it is, but it's not like close enough to be loaded, so it would never be like running full time or anything like that. But it could always be like a nice little side project to do if nothing. We'll consider it. Not for too long, but it's something I can do if I really want to. A little bit extra. At least it shouldn't take like ridiculously long and all. It's still gonna take a long. Probably be like half an hour before I get a full shulker's box. Yeah, that goes. Fortune one, no, that's alright. What is like another one of those things that like I wish you could have some kind of like haste 3 or something like that, and then you know, be able to insta-mine that as well. You'd have to go like far out of your way to do it instead of it just kind of being handed to you with a beacon or something. Like you'd have to have like a beacon that's fully powered and also like haste potions or something. Just because there's a lot of blocks in this game that are like super useful, but like they're just out of range of like insta-mine to where it's like kind of a bit of a pain in the ass to actually use to get a ton of them. So it would just be nice to be able to insta-mine them if you had to actually work for it a little bit more. I know I could build like a TNT, but you know, still just TNT duplication. I don't do that here. And then you know, it's just I don't know. I don't like building tree farms all too much. I like the manual ones a lot more. At least like the nice like decorated ones. I can't say decorated when mine's just like cobblestone in the ground and like nothing else. But you know, you'll get my point though at least. Still not doing too good chest-wise, unfortunately. I'll have a lot more to. Oh, there it is. I'm only really interested in the two tall like trees, 2x2. Cause yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, we're getting there. Well, say we're getting there. Not really, I guess. Oh boy, yeah. At some point, I might have to build a like a fully automatic bamboo farm, 'cause that might make these better down the line at some point. But who knows? Well, technically, I really just need the I only really need spruce wood specifically for the trapdoor, so we're just gonna. Oh boy, I need to tend to that. Still gotta work on the sugar cane. So we're just gonna turn a good chunk of these into trapdoors here, and then we'll leave the rest of it alone for boats, so we can cross off boats and trap. Um, but we'll just use like anything I got pretty much for The reason I'm saying that too mainly is because dark oak trees I think might be a little bit better just because they're like denser, so I shouldn't have to go all the way up to should be a and last little bit of trapdoors. Got some extra logs there that we can use, that's for sure. It's at least nice to have. Here we go. That gets us our wooden trapdoors, like for sure. Like there's no way we don't have them. That's good. Yeah, so we got our wooden trapdoors now. So all we really need is lava, tinted glass, hoppers, and then minecarts and boats. So, boats are just 5 times a 108, which is something that we've actually already got in here. So we'll take 3 stacks of logs. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. We'll take 3 stacks of logs there. That'll be more than enough for our boats. And then if we take our iron out of here, that'll be enough for the minecart section of it there. So we've 100% got enough for our minecarts and our boats, which is good. And then we've got our lava already like in there somewhere, so we just kind of have to get that as we go along. So yeah, it's literally just hoppers, and they're kind of a part of it we can't really ignore or really even start without them, because that's where all the rails get placed on the hoppers, and we just oh shit, we kind of need them. That's just all there is to it. We just need hoppers. So yeah, we're gonna see. Oh boy, yeah, I got like nothing down here, dude. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, oh, back to getting more wood. It's really is not that bad. More of it is all. Yeah, so basically 2 stacks of logs makes 8 stacks of planks, which makes 1 stack of chest. And we need like 18 or basically 19 stacks of chest there. So, need quite a lot. So if we do 19 times 2, we need 38 stacks of logs to make enough chests to be able to build this. So again, we got a lot that needs to happen to all this up. It's doable, and that's not even including like some of the more infrastructure based. And when I say infrastructure based, I mean we're going to be using certain hoppers to do certain different things as well. So there's going to be like 9 hoppers per module, but then there's also going to be like extra hoppers that connect each module that feed into like one main hopper line, and then that main hopper line just feeds into a normal storage system, which we don't need to have an item filter for, luckily, since it's physically impossible for there to be anything other than gunpowder, which is very good. But, see how that goes, I'm sure. Dark oak down. Hey, that was 49 out of a single dark oak, so yeah. Cut down something like 32, 34 trees. It should be like, it won't be enough off of that alone, but there'll be quite a lot of them. But you see how much easier it is to get wood out of these ones because they're so damn dense. So you don't have to climb all the way up to the tree with a firework or nothing. You can just pick a dark oak and do it. You don't have to pick like a specific type of spruce. You just pick a dark oak, and they're all pretty much the same. So it's a lot easier to do. Good. Something like that. We're gonna be here for a little while too, so I guess get comfy because it is a lot of dark oak. A lot of wood in general. And we got 2 stacks of logs right now, which is fine, but that makes only a single stack of chests, and need more to go. Yay. I wonder what I would even do for like a bamboo farm, you know? It probably would just be another like slime block flying machine one. Since I can plant them on mud, I could just run a hopper like straight under like a whole like array of hoppers and then mud on top of it with bamboo. I could do something like that so I don't deal with like any kind of like minecarts causing lag, but I'd still have to be kind of careful about that. The other issue though is where to place it, honestly. Well, I could mix it in with the sugarcane farm once the sugarcane farm is fully written. Kind of. No, I can't really, can I? Wait, but I did that before though. I sworn I'd done that before. With the old sugarcane farm that I used to have, I'm pretty sure I made it a hybrid farm with bamboo and like the spots that sugarcane couldn't grow at or something to that effect. But we'll see if that actually was the case or not. Might have been, but because if that's the case, if I can like somehow get those slabs switched out to something that isn't slabs, I should be okay to make a hybrid farm there. I'll need like a whole fleet of flying machines though, and actually I kind of can't. Well, I kind of can, but I also kind of can't do that too. Um, or not all the time. I think it'd be better just to have it as its own separate thing running under my base. So we'll probably just do that instead. Make things a little bit simpler. Okay, dark oak sapling, look at it go. But we'll just worry about that another time. already been an hour, huh? Got 9 stacks of log. That's a solid amount for now, but why don't we take some time to convert what we got for now too, just so I can do the math properly. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't have been. Never know. Looks like I was, unfortunately. A bit of a shame, but yeah, I was. That sucks. So we got 5 stacks of chest, which yeah, okay, that helps, but still not all of them, unfortunately. So we're a third of the way there, but we're not the whole way there. So we still have to keep going. Yeah, we've got like 320 chests right there, and we need 972. So yeah, we need another 10 stacks of chests, and then a little bit more. That's alright, just another 10 stacks of chest. There's 20 stacks of logs, so more doable. Block I don't need, get the hell out. it's officially been an hour today. Cool. Sorry I've been so quiet, it's just trying to get this done first. Talking a little bit. I start building all the farms, so. But that means I gotta actually have everything to build the farm, so it's still. I'll use it as an excuse to use all the iron out of the iron farm, so that I can try and clear it out just a little. Helpful. Alright, we've got 8 stacks of chest. Yep. So, yeah, we're still working on it. Still taking a while, but it's coming along. Not to mention, I don't even think this will even be enough once we do get all these, because I'm going to have to overshoot a little bit to make sure. I'll probably just get the rest by hand later. Because again, like I talked about, those kind of like more infrastructure chests, we're going to need more hoppers for those, so probably need another couple stacks of hoppers after we're done with this initial batch here. Ain't nothing too bad. Kind of once I'm done building the farm, I'll like give a little like crash course from what I understand on like the didn't it, but it's pretty simple. It's just build it down lower in the world, and then make sure there's no blocks of any kind above it, so that way it lowers the height map. And the height map is just like the bottom of the world to like the topmost block in that column. So if the highest block in a column is at Y level 0, then you have like a height map of like 64, because it goes from like negative 64 to 0. Well, technically it's 65, but you know, 64 just for simplicity's sake. And then when it comes to mob spawning, it'll look for an intersection at an X and Z column. When it finds that intersection that it wants to try and spawn something at, it goes down that column basically, and it has a chance to spawn out on any block in that height map of that column. So if there's 65 blocks because of that height map in a given column, then you've got a 1 in 65 chance that, you know, you'll have a creeper spawn on that specific block in that column. So it's like the lower down you go on top of not having anything above it, the less blocks there are on the height map. And the less blocks there are on the height map, the greater chance you'll have of it trying to pick like something you want it to pick. So if you had like a platform that was at like Y level, and it has to meet all the other criteria. Obviously, it's got to be a solid block it tries to spawn it on. The light level has to be correct, etc., etc. You know all those ones already, but that's why, you know, if you see someone try to demo something when it comes to mob spawning, they build their platforms. Well, it used to be Y0, and then obviously the update came out, so it's negative 64 now, which means you have to break bedrock for it to be the most efficient. But basically they would build a platform at negative 64, which is the lowest down you can physically place. So, you know, you basically would have like a 1 in 2 chance of it getting picked, which, you know, is a 50% chance. That's a really good. So that's why you want to try to have it as down low in the world as you can get. Of course, if I do it that low, though, then again, I have to go there and AFK at it. And even if I only have to AFK for a little bit, I don't like being AFK at stuff. So I'd rather build one that'll run like constantly, and plus it makes it easier for me to try and keep an eye on it too and that. But you know, we'll see how it goes. Like, But it's pretty cool stuff. It's definitely a little tedious though, if nothing else, because again you have to dig out all that for it. And plus too, by leaving it at Y0, it means I don't have to go down into deep slate to do this. Very good. But then it basically just uses some other like simple little tricks to like get the actual farm going. Like, you know the trick where like if the ceiling is made out of trapdoors because it makes like the spawning space like less than 2 blocks. It's just enough for a creeper to spawn in, but not for like zombies or skeletons, so they won't ever spawn. Spiders would normally be an issue, but if you use trapdoors properly, then you can alleviate that altogether because they can like creepers can still spawn in those gaps, but because trapdoors will be taking up the rest of it, spiders won't, which is good. And then since spiders don't spawn on redstone, I don't worry about the rails or the hoppers either, because those aren't valid blocks as far as the game is concerned. So yeah, it leaves like 6 spawning spots for a creeper to spawn in pretty much, and then there's 12 for each module. So when you put them all next to each other, you've got like 108 spawning spaces per layer. So you got about 1,000 of them by the time the actual whole farm is all said and done, which is quite a lot, you know? It's just a little complicated to calculate, like what the actual like odds are would be of it spawning. So it picks the column that the farm is in, right, in that given chunk, and then what are the odds that it picks a block that it can actually spawn in. And when I say picks a block, I'm not talking about how like you might think, oh, it's slow that it picks a block, and yeah, compared to it being at the bottom of the world, it's slower, but it still makes like a ton of checks every like tick basically to see if it could try and spawn something. So it's not like you're waiting a super long time. And plus, you saw my other gunpowder farm too. It had like a way shittier height map because of the actual like mountain itself covering up the entire farm. So that actually slowed it down a lot, but it was still producing a lot over time like that. So it certainly isn't like the worst thing in the world to have like a massive height map like that. It slows it down, but it's still like more than manageable. So it's really nice. But it's just something that we're gonna keep kind of plugging away at. Again, these hoppers are the hard part. Once we get the hoppers kind of all done, we're set to go. Of course, I actually have to get them first, but we're at 10 stacks of chests, so we're actually coming up on the goal here. So far away, not anymore at least. Double check how many chests this is going to end up. I know 18 stacks of them will definitely be enough. Yeah, we need 972 of them. So let's see here. 972 divided by 64. Yeah, we need 15 and like an eighth stacks of chests to have enough for the hoppers. So if we get like 18 stacks of hoppers, then we'll definitely have enough for all of our infrastructure as well. So now we're already chilling at 11. So we need another 14 stacks of wooden logs. Because we need 7 stacks of chests and we need 14 stacks of logs. So we're close. We're not that far off anymore. Technically, I could use a lot of the wood that's already laying around in my base to finish it up like now, or finish more of it up now, but I'd rather not. It's just better just to kind of clear out a bunch of these. So, plus it's about time I started taking out some of these trees anyway. Just because, fuck nature and all, things like that. Average corporate moment, but we're getting close, so. But yeah, my old gunpowder farm certainly was good. It's just now I can actually sit down and make one a lot better for what I need, especially if I want to do stuff with TNT down the line. And then it's just kind of cooler to learn about some of the more like nuanced like farms and why they work. Maybe I can apply that in different ways down the line to better like just general mob farms or like that. It's like believe it or not, there actually is a way I could apply that kind of logic already to farms that already exist. So take the Wither Skeleton farm for example, right? It's pretty cool. It's got a height map of 128 because it goes from Y0, at the bottom layer of bedrock in the ocean of lava ocean, and then it goes up to the roof bedrock at Y128 or Y127, and then 127 plus 0 itself is 128. But That's how you get that. So if it picks a column, it's got a 1 in 128 chance of it picking a specific block in that column. So if I wanted a mob to spawn at Y64 in the nether, there's a 1 in 128 chance of it picking that exact block on that, if it selects that column. So it's a slim enough chance. Now, when it comes to doing that, though, all things considered, what you can do is remove like the bedrock ceiling above the wither skeleton farm, like in its entirety, and then obviously clear out all the other blocks too. But since that's netherrack and shit, that doesn't really like that's not as bad. But yeah, it's like you'd have to get rid of the whole bedrock ceiling above that thing, which that's very hard to do for that big of a scale. But hypothetically, you could lower the height map in the nether from 128 to like still like basically like 1 and 2 if you really needed to. You can do it. It relies on bedrock breaking exploits, which I'm fine enough with on like very small levels, because that's obviously how you get up onto the roof, and or at least you have like a fixed way up into the roof. But on that big of a scale, it's really fucking hard to do without having like a super dedicated machine for it. I know there exists ways to do this as well on like much bigger scales like that. Like there was one I saw quite a while ago that had to do with like redstone dust and like making a lag machine with like an actual machine with it too. It was a massively convoluted thing, but it worked. It layered out, it flattened out a ton of bedrock, which was really cool. But I would never build something like that personally, just because it means I'd have to sit down and build something like that and at least have some understanding of how. Maybe one day in the way later future, but it's just too big of a bug for me to like want to sit down and do, because I'm still trying to keep this one as like pure as possible. Like this is a kind of world that like even if you got my level of experience, you've got no issue like building what I can build, or all the farms I build are easy to find on YouTube, and I put links to them. It just makes it easier for anyone to try and do what I do. But it's just been like, well, you gotta have like a bunch of like knowledge already on like all this super technical shit, and there's no good videos on YouTube about it. There's a bunch of forum posts every now and then, but otherwise it's super niche and specific, and it's just it's better to kind of stick with stuff that everyone can kind of understand and hold of than to try and have something super niche and specific. Like this is probably the most niche farm that I think I've ever built. Mainly because it's not even technically a farm tutorial. It's like a showcase of a type of gunpowder farm, but there's not really a tutorial on how to build it. I just kind of like paused the video and like built it myself the best I could, and then got it right, and then I modified it a little bit from there. But we're still leaving the other gunpowder farm intact for a reason, because I might not even build this one correctly, or this might not pan out the way I think it's gonna pan out. So we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be good. I did run some good tests, or solid enough tests in the creative world that I have for testing this kind of shit, and like, built it down at like Y level 0, only put 9 modules there, and it did actually produce like a sizable like chunk of time. It's just I didn't have all the spawn proofing done in that world, so it's like I didn't have a good way to sit down and test it. But since I've already got spawn proofing done in this one, it should be a much cleaner test, and it should be a lot easier to tell what's going on with it. But it's a pretty neat farm. Basically, it's just a boat and a minecart, and that minecart gets spun around in a circle by like powered rails. And then whenever a creeper spawns, it immediately gets picked up by the minecart boat fucked up hybrid. And then it suffocates in the blocks above it, which, okay, yeah, that's, dying from suffocation damage is pretty slow, but it still kills them. But what actually is the cool part is if a second creeper ends up spawning in that, like, set of blocks like the boat can affect, the second creeper will actually end up going straight into the lava part of it, which is where our lava cauldrons come into play, so they'll take fire damage from the lava cauldrons, which kills them way quicker. And then obviously the drops get picked up like instantly by like those hoppers below them and all that. So there's a drop spawn on the bottom block where the creeper is. So it's really neat stuff. Makes things super simple to do, and it's a very simple farm. It's not for everyone though. I can build it because I have a cool computer. But not everyone's gonna be able to. But you can build it. Anyone can build it. It's just your computer might not be able to handle like this big of a one that I'm getting ready. So, fair warning if you do attempt to build it, keep an eye on your PC, because, it's entities to power this farm. A boat is an entity, a minecart is an entity. Not to mention it spawns a lot of bats, which might be annoying to a lot of people. It also, well, obviously spawns creepers. I mean, that's the whole goddamn point of it. So you're talking about, like, in my case, 216 entities constantly running in my base on top of, like, my iron farm and my shulker farm. Um, so that's already adding extra strain. And that's something that's by default, too. There's no getting rid of that kind of once I'm done with it. So now it won't add that much strain because, again, my PC can handle it, but it's still something I have to try and keep in mind and, like, manage a little bit more. So just something to point out. That, we'll do that. And that gets us a chest again. Alright, we need 3 more stacks of chests, 6 more stacks of logs, so we're very close now. But it's a pretty cool farm, You could definitely build it on, like, if it becomes too much, I can just get rid of, like, the top layers of the farms and just dial it back a little bit more. Because technically that'll lower the height map and make it a little bit more efficient. It's not like some massive boost in efficiency, but it will help kind of like offset the loss of like those modules just a little bit more. So it's always good to kind of like know about stuff like that. But yeah, if there ends up being too many entities at once with those boats and those mine carts and they're constantly moving, I'll just scale it back like a layer at a time. So I'll be taking out like 9 modules at a time until it's like comfortable. But considering the villager trading hall with it being like more than 200 entities all the time up there, and then they're always doing stuff at their workstations and trying to pathfind and communicate and all that kind of shit, and that doesn't dip below 60 or like at all anymore, pretty much. I don't think I've really got anything to worry about. Especially too since this thing won't ever really be in render distance since it's below ground. So while yeah, there will still be open air for it, I still have to like go out of my way to look at it or look at like a side view of it that like shows a lot of the farm. Because it's gonna be covered like top down, so it's not like it's gonna like load any of those blocks for me to look at. Like they'll be there obviously, but you can't see them. They might as well not exist as far as the game's concerned. Like rendering it, which is fair. But it'll just means it's a lot easier to not have to worry. It's working on it. But yep, we're finally almost done here. So let's just go ahead and sleep, hopefully for the last time. Go cut down another 6 trees or so. Should be good. About a stack of wood for each of them. So yeah, about 6. We'll make the rest of the chest. We'll go pop on over to the iron farm. Go make a bunch of hoppers. The hoppers will be done. And then we can make some extra buckets for the lava farm part of it. Like what we'll do is we'll just go get a shulker box full of lava buckets, just so I have like a quarter of them just on hand, so I can kind of fill them in as I go, and then I can break in between. But it's nothing really too hard, so I'm not gonna. But pretty much the lava is gonna go in second to last, and the last part will be like the cobblestone roof for each layer. And then once that cobblestone is in place, that means that we're good to start work on the next layer. And then, we just build it from there. So it's actually not really too complicated of a build. Like the mechanics behind it are a little bit harder to understand. They're not super difficult, but you definitely have to sit down and like, read up on it a little bit more, try and find some different shit online for it. Not really too bad. But the actual design of it's like pretty simple and straightforward, so it's literally just a boat, a minecart, a couple of rails, and like hoppers, and like some building blocks. So you don't even have redstone dust or repeaters compared to you don't have any fancy circuitry in there. It's just the redstone part of it is literally just rails and hoppers and like just as simple as it gets, so it's not really too bad. And then they're going to be powered by the redstone blocks. I mean, that's why we've got, 100, so 108 of them technically. Yeah, same thing. Now, since pretty much the whole world's already spawn proof, not the whole world, rather my whole base and then like the ocean around it's already spawn proof. We actually don't even have to worry about too much with that. But we don't really have to worry about spawn proofing anything extra. I might want to go caving maybe at some point to see if I can clear up some of those, but all those caves under it are waterlogged. And since they're farther down in the world and like my base is at like my level like 64, 65, pretty much everything I've already done on the surface should be like enough to not really have to worry. So, but it looks like we exactly hit what we were looking for here with our log. So why don't we go ahead and craft up some of them? This. That's easy enough. And this is our last stack of chests that we need for right now. Might have to go make more later, but that's for like the storage system, and we'll only need like a stack of those. So yeah, we did it. 18 stacks of chests in one sitting, which took an hour. Or no, technically it didn't take an hour. It took 45 minutes, but shut up. It took an hour basically. It's might as well have at least, that's for sure. We went wow, we definitely leveled a good chunk of this forest too. Huh. It's bad enough you can actually like see like where, because that used to be fairly dense before, but it's gone now. Its ass ain't grass anymore. Oh, its ass is only grass, but we'll maybe tend to the sugarcane farm here just for a little bit since this thing is beyond full, and we need to find out the rest of it anyway. But yeah, this will be pretty good to do. But once we get this full sugarcane farm like completely filled in, then we can just use the excess of it to make as many fireworks as we need. But the sugarcane farm was kind of made with the idea in mind that like once it's fully like planted and like it's ready to be fully harvested at once, you're talking like you're gonna get like 4 shulker boxes of sugarcane from it, which is a lot. Um, to the point where like once you get that amount, you can make like what I think it was 12 shulker boxes of fireworks out of all that sugarcane. So you have to have the matching gunpowder for it, but that's really not a problem. I've actually already got all the gunpowder. It's just I bottleneck at the paper pretty easily since I don't have as much of it. I don't automatically farm it. So the idea is just make like a really big manual farm. So I only have to harvest this like every once like in a blue moon. But when I do need to harvest it, it's all ready, and it loads me up on fireworks for like ever. I pretty much will never need to get like more paper after this is all done first time. So, but if I need to, it'll already all be fully grown by the time that comes up again. So it won't be a big deal at all. But yeah, we're barely even making a dent in the farm as a whole because it's just that big. But hey, that means we get to use it as decoration too, at least later on. That's for sure. That'll be nice. Pretty enough plant, but I'll never get to use it too much. I think because I choose not to, but And then I think I still left a lot of it in here. Yeah, you can see it already on the floor. I just ran out of space to pick it up, so don't want to waste too much of it. Not that it really matters, to be fair, with this amount of it. Still, I'm trying to replant. I kind of need what I can get at the moment, so. Okay, you can see we've got still got a lot to go, so. Already 11:26. Looks like I'll actually be able to get all of it planted in today. That'll be pretty. Yeah, let's go ahead and harvest some more. And if I can't get all this done, I mean, we're gonna need a lot of. Luckily, I got it, but still. Space here. Oh, I got another stack's worth of us. Alright. Try and fill in some more. Got another stripe fully done of it, so that's pretty good. Now, what I have on hand currently won't be enough to fill all of it in, like right now, so I'll have to go harvest more. But it'll certainly help. Alright, it's changing color because of the swamp too, by the way. God, it does that. Just turn off hitboxes for now. Don't really need them up. How it's so much of the games can't even handle all of the noise sometimes. It kind of gives up and it's like, yeah, all it takes. Could be full up on sugar back, so picked up most of it. Again, still don't want to try and waste. But it regrows surprisingly fast too, as you got like a couple of shoots like already out in the back. Well, I guess it's to be expected when you have like this amount of it, you know, it's just gonna compound like. How to get some slabs to put there, something. Oops. That's something I want. Now it took like an entire night to try and even reap a little bit. Well, we got most of it done, granted, but I mean, still, it's. I need more. I can probably get the whole thing replanted here and then actually get back to building the gunpowder farm. Need more sugarcane still. We got pretty much one last, or I guess two last big rows. These ones are only like two. They're still pretty good, but apparently these ones will. Well, we'll probably just plant what's in my inventory. Probably for the best. So it'll be a very sizable chunk of stuff, but still got a lot to do, so. Actually, we really don't have that much left to do. We might as well just finish it all up, so. But it's just that little back section over there. Not even anything, really. Yeah, we're literally at like the end of it. It's just this little section of mud, and yeah, so maybe I've already got some extra laying around. Nope, those were all sugarcane and mud. I need to take those back with me. Hey, we did it. That's the entire sugarcane farm all planted in. I guess we'll do a little flyover just. I'm also gonna dump the rest of this just away for now. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, we got some extra sugarcane down here. And by some, I mean good lord, this is way too much, but that's what makes it funny. But yeah, we're good. So that's cool. Anyways, back to what we were actually doing, or we're supposed to be doing. We're going to the iron farm to go clean it up of as much iron as we can get, or as much iron as we need, right? We have a lot of hoppers to make, so yeah, this goes. Go ahead and switch here. Now we got our chest. And we'll start from the top here and kind of work our way. Enough. Really? I thought I could walk on those. Pretty sure I can. Oh no, I can't because it's got the other hopper in the way. Alright, so there's our chest. Take a stack of that. Start whittling it all down. So we got our hoppers. Boom. There. Yeah, see, this is one of the first farms I built, and it's way oversupplied me with iron because with it being loaded 24/7, it's always gonna pump out some amount of iron. So it didn't need to be stellar rates; it just needed to work and work well enough and be kind of cheap. Which yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's just some basic building blocks, some beds, some villagers. The villagers were the hard part, but this is one of those kinds of farms where it's like, as long as it's okay rates, it literally does not matter after a certain point because it'll always be running like passively in the back. So when you actually do need the iron, like this, for example, I've got more than enough. Like I literally don't think I'll even be able to really vent this either. So it really overproduces for what I actually normally need. But that's alright. It's better to have it overproduce than underproduce, so I'd rather have a glut of it that gets wasted than have like not enough of it and I have to wait for like days or go out and do better stuff until I get enough iron. So, yeah, we got enough. Alright, only 20 more stacks of iron. Getting there. Alright, and then our last stack of hoppers, and then we're pretty much good to get started on the building, so nice. Very good. There we go. That is all of our hoppers. So we can go ahead and check that one off the old bucket list real quickly. Um, we'll take the time really quickly while we're here to make like 27 buckets or so. Okay, that was a little bit more than 27, but good enough. Well, not good enough, it's more than enough, but we got that as well, so let's see here. Okay. We've got that. Hoppers are good. Tinted glass will mark within. All right, looks like we have all of our materials that we need, and we can start building it. That's all there is to it. We got everything. So yeah, probably get half of it done today, and we'll get the other half done tomorrow because it's already been almost 2 hours. So let's see. Did not pick that up? Okay, oh, there it is. We're also going to run a quick check on the shulker farm because, as you can see, it's in fact not shulkering. So they got pissy at something. So we're gonna have to go ahead and start that back up. Good, come on, there we go. Okay. Oh wow, they really fucking hated that one time then I guess, cause I mean we got nothing in here, dude. I mean none in the that's when they die in there somehow. Like if they shoot themselves with their bullets too many times without duplicating, then they die in there. So that's just to collect those shells, just so we don't let there be any. But oh, we got a stack of them. That's fine. That actually makes up for the ones we had to spend earlier, just trying to make it up for the. But yeah, so we got our hoppers. These are all of the materials that we're going to be using to make it the whole farm. Barring the tinted glass that I still need to work on, yada yada. That's pretty much all of it, so. We've actually used up 3 shulker boxes on shells alone. Impressive. But again, that's another one of those farms that like didn't need to be super duper good. It just needed to be good enough and work like reliably. And it does, and it did, so that's all it needed to do. Just work solidly. It does, so not too bad. We'll go ahead and tuck those away. And then let's see. I want to grab just a couple of extra chests. Like we're talking like 3 or 4 of them, so it's pretty negligible. We should actually have some left over in the... Here we go. So we'll actually dump the extra 43 away. Now we'll do a split, so... I'll bring 22 with me just so I've got some extras in reserves, but those will go away in there, just for now. And then I'll take just 2 of them with me at the moment. Because what we're going to do first is get the bottom layer built, and then we're going to get it set up for our collections as well, so then I can kind of explain a little bit how some of here. So what we're going to do is sleep first, make sure we don't have any phantoms, and it's, you know, nice and bright to actually see what the hell's going on, but it's a pretty straightforward farm design. I showed it off last time, but I'll show it off again while actually building it, and take too long to at least get the first layer done. So, as mentioned last time, each layer has modules, and it has 9 modules per layer. Let's maybe grab some scaffolding just so I have a clean... No, where, there it is. We'll just grab some scaffolding here really quickly and just burrow. That wasn't so hard now, was it? There we go. That's all good. That can go back away. And we can continue on with our lives. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying, so, you know, it's a super simple farm. It's just going to take some time to do, but it's pretty easy and straightforward. If we hit F3G here, you see how we're in a very specifically 3-block wide chunk here. This is so it gives us enough space to decorate our walls by like just placing blocks, and then it gives enough space to actually put the main shell around the farm. But the farm itself is going to be fully contained in this here 16 by 16 chunk in the center of this big 22 by 22 chunk. So all it is we've got our funny little chest here, and we're also going to get maybe just a little bit more hoppers. There we go. So this one's gonna have just 2 more here that I need to borrow here for a little. Because we're just gonna right, okay, well that's Thanks for being a dick. But anyways, like I was saying, we're just going to embed some of this into a wall here really quickly. Just so I got some extra storage space. Luckily it's just water, so it's not really too big of a deal. But yeah, we're just going to dump some of our extra shulker boxes away in there just to kind of free up some amount of space. And then we can go ahead and start placing in some of the material boxes here. In fact, why don't we just take all of these out so I don't have to keep going like that. I don't know why I do, but yeah, so we got all of our material boxes here all set up, ready to go. Like so. That's where our output chest for the entire farm is going to go. It's going to funnel straight into here. And the reason it's important to know this is because if we find our hoppers that are here, start feeding them into here, this is just kind of a good way to show how the farm's going to be built. So it's a little something like that, basically. And then we need to grab some of our building blocks and our spawning blocks and our slabs. So we want our building blocks, our spawning blocks, and our slabs. And that's mainly what we're here for at the moment, are just those three things. So let's go ahead and maybe clean up the old inventory a little bit. So building blocks, spawning blocks, and our slabs. And how this works is we got a building block, spawning, building, building, spawning, and building, building, building. There we go. So yeah, this is the full farm. Or rather, this is going to be the full farm. So you can see this is where our tinted glass here is going to go. And then the rest of it can just get covered up with whatever fucking garbage we got laying around. But yeah, we just got a hopper line that'll run in through here, like so. And then we just basically, it's just all pattern based, so it's super simple to understand. And it's really easy to just build from memory, because all it is just a simple little pattern. So we'll kind of get all these placed in first, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. But it's pretty easy. And then on these deep slate blocks, we just put down some slabs is all. A little bit like that. And then in the center here, we put down a cobble deep slate again. This is where our redstone blocks are going to be going on top of these. And then we'll actually have infrastructure going across, but I'll explain that one a little bit later in the time. So let's just kind of keep filling out what we've got. So, that brings us to our last edge there. Alrighty, so we've got that foundation done so far. It's pretty good. And then again, just in the center here, we just put down our building blocks that we don't give a shit about. So that's all good. And then we slab up everything that's deep slate on this layer. Alrighty, there we go. And then what we want to do is, since this is our main hopper line, that's going to take what we have from each module and it's going to relay it down into this main hopper line that relays it into our output. And then when we build some of the bigger farms, it's going to relay it just straight down, like into the chest or just down here, honestly. So, because it'll just relay it from there into there. So I'll have additional hopper line go up like this, for example, just to kind of show where that's going. And then all you do is cut this out here, out to the edge, simple enough. Same deal here. that to the edge, and then last little one down there. And that's it. So that's actually all the relatively like goofy stuff done. Now it just turns into placing down a line of hoppers. It goes straight down the whole way through. And luckily, since I got Swift Sneak and Speed, this is a lot quicker than what it was in Creative, so I was building it in my Redstone world just to kind of get a feel for it. So this is actually way quicker. And then that's pretty much the bulk of it. Alright, so one of the bulk of the hoppers. Bottom right, yeah. So, you know, these are infrastructure hoppers pretty much that we're going to have on every layer. So we actually might run out of them a little bit sooner than I thought, but if we do, it's not that big of a deal. But, you know, same with that one too. But then all it turns into is we put down 2 on each, like this. They just point into it. So it's pretty easy stuff. And then what I like to do just to make sure it's consistent is I have it point towards the output chest like so. That's all of our hoppers for that section of 3 put in, so just do it again. Oop. Go. And our last little bit for this section here. Enough. And that's all of our hoppers actually for this entire layer, so we don't need to put in any more hoppers for right now. So all these can go away. And then this is where we pull out the redstone blocks. They just go where our cobbled deep slate is. Why did I put a slab here? Don't know. On here, this will be a good chance to see it. Should pop right to here. There it is. Good to know. All of them can place. So this is what's going to be powering our powered rails. Nice and simple. That's all the redstone blocks we need for this layer, so these can go away now too. And then we're going to focus on our rails here. So let's go ahead and grab a stack of rails and a stack of powered. And then all it turns into is you just make a square of them is all. Although I did kind of mess up there, so. But it's an easy fix, you just place more rails. That's one of them done. That's 2 of them done. 3, and you get the picture, but we're doing pretty good already, so not too bad. I might have to pop back up and get some deep slate bricks or something to kind of do some of the outer wall. We'll probably, we'll worry about that in a little bit. Alright, second to last here, not too bad. It's 36 powered rails and 36 regular rails on each one. So if we're doing 12 layers, it was, then, let's see here, 12 times half a stack, so that's 6 stacks of rails and 6 stacks of powered rails, and then we'll just throw in an extra whole stack to account for those extra 4 for each layer. So we needed like 7 of each. And hey, look, what do you know? We do actually have that. So yeah, we have enough powered and regular, so that's nice. Very good to have. We're gonna go ahead and sleep here really quickly. But we've actually finished the regular and powered rails here for right now. So we don't even have to worry about that anymore. And then why don't we go ahead and place down a simple little minecart down there. Or not a minecart, excuse me, a crafting table. And we'll go ahead and put some of our old slabs away. Actually, we need to put in our trapdoors here first. We'll worry about the minecart in a sec. Now, the trapdoors, again, as I've talked about, these are going to help stop spiders from spawning, but still allow creepers, because spiders have to spawn in like a 3x3 or 2x2 unobstructed space, I believe. So, hostile mobs can't spawn on redstone, and then if there's something physically blocking like their spawning spot, they're not going to be able to do it, so they couldn't do these slabs. They couldn't do these rails, these hoppers. So this is a 3x2. So technically a spider could spawn on that 2x2 or that 2x2. So by placing slabs in the center like this, the creeper can still physically spawn in here because it's slimmer than a full block and it's shorter than 2 full blocks. So it can still fit in there, there, and obviously there. And then the spider can't because it would have to be able to spawn within that whole 2x2 like unobstructed. So it can't spawn in there. So that stops spiders from spawning, and then that makes it so only creepers are going to be able to spawn from here, which is a pretty nice thing to have, obviously, when you're building a farm. But it's really simple. You just go to the center of each redstone block, and you go around in a circle and place up some trapdoors. And it's easier to do it this way, I found, like first than it is to do this second. So it would be like the bolt in the minecart and then this. So it's just easier to just kind of put all the trapdoors in place and first get as many of the reasonable blocks in place, and then we can start putting in our boats and minecarts. Because those aren't too hard, they're just a little annoying. Nothing in this farm is difficult, it's just a little annoying in certain parts, but I'm sure I can like optimize it just a little bit more when it comes to building down. Yeah, as you can see, we got all of our trapdoors in place. Now no more spiders are going to spawn on this layer, as far as we're concerned, so that's very good. And then what we can do is make 9 minecarts, which is 5 of that. Go ahead and get a minecart, and you just place them in. They'll go around in a circle like so. Now, when a minecart's spinning, it'll be able to pick something up, which is why we kind of need them to spin, because they're gonna actually have to pick up the boat. So, and it doesn't really matter which direction they go in. So it's just better to just. I don't really care about having them all in the same direction because we'd be here all day if I did that. So those are our 9 minecarts there. Now we can get some wood, some wooden planks. So, and then all it is just be able to place the boat and then get the minecart moving again. And it steals the boat, and that's super simple. So as you can see, it's just a matter of jump down at the right time in the right spot. Sometimes they don't pick it up, but then all you have to do is nudge the minecart and it does the rest for you, so it's really easy. Sometimes we get lucky and it actually picks it up for us straight away. So. But if I have to nudge it, it's literally no big deal. So something like that, for example. Gotta nudge it a little bit. Go. And last one. And there we go. So believe it or not, that's the actual like farm part of this farm done. So if we go ahead and enable hitboxes here, it's going to be very hard to tell, but whenever a creeper is actually able to spawn in one of these, I think I might be able to stop it just in time. Nope, I kind of nudged. Yeah, there we go. So whenever a creeper spawns on these bricks, you can see how the boat just barely like overhangs onto each block, which means that when it's moving, it'll pick up whatever's standing here. And, you know, it's just enough for a creeper to be able to get in through, which is great because, you know, it kidnaps it and then it's going to go into these solid blocks I'm getting ready to. So we want our cobbled deep slate. Actually, no, we don't want our cobbled deep slate here for this. We want our cobblestone because this is actually the roof part of it. Technically, no, this isn't the roof part of it. This is the, No, yeah, this is the cobbled deep slate part. The cobblestone part's coming up a little bit later. That's for the actual, like, roof. This isn't exactly the roof. It's a weird middle ground you'll see here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and grab our cauldrons here. And what we're going to do is on top of each redstone block, place a cauldron. Super simple. Probably could have done this part first at least, and then put in the blocks. It's just easier to do. It's easier to kind of not put in the deep slate until you're done with the minecart and boats, and you'll see why. Because now we have to cover it up with a roof. So, gotta handle that first. But luckily, that ain't so hard at all. Yeah, all we do is just kind of roof it up. Oops. Don't want to clip into those by accident. So they have to be solid blocks, so this will actually suffocate the creepers when they inevitably fall into one of these, which is exactly what we're looking for. And then they suffocate to death if there's only one creeper in a boat, but if there are two, this cauldron's going to be filled with lava, which will do like more damage to it, obviously, since it's on fire and dying to lava, and then it makes it drop quicker. So each module can hold up to 2 creepers at a time before they have to get rid of them. And the second creeper will die a lot quicker than the first, so it'll free up a slot a lot quicker. And then eventually, the first slot will become available as it like suffocates to death like normal. So a super simple kind of mechanic, but of course where it's going to struggle is with lag later on. So if we look at our frames here, we're coasting at a nice smooth 60 the whole way through. Even while I'm streaming and talking and doing all this other stuff in the background too. Posting at a smooth 60, but it's not going to be like this forever though, so it's important to kind of keep an eye on it as we go along. It's mainly how many frames am I willing to sacrifice before I say this is enough, I need to not. But we'll do some tests down here to see how much it like lags it out, because it might not even lag it out at all like when I'm on the surface, but I've got no way of knowing until I'm on the surface. So yeah. But this is actually like it pretty much. So what we want now is cobblestone, and then let's see here, we want our cobble. Oh, that did actually account for it. We still want our deep slate, and then we'll get our cobble. But we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take some of the spare buckets and get a empty shulker box. Where did I leave them? Here they are. Okay. We're gonna run those up with me after I get a empty shulker box up there. So. But yeah, we're just also going to place down cobbled deep slate on top of these slabs, just make sure nothing gets out, and helps make sure stuff can't really get in the way, so that's all good. Whoops. Oh. Kind of funny seeing it get dragged around by the boat, and I thought I would have gone in the hopper for sure there, but it happens. Now there will be no chance of that happening though with gunpowder, since where the creepers are going to be stored in these boats is just they're always going to be over hoppers, so it's just not possible for them to. So we're on the last section here for this layer. Like literally all we need to do now is grab our iron trap doors, and we just go around and place them in like so. And that's already one module done. So now this limits it, so instead of it being a full 2 blocks, it's like 1 7/8 or so, I believe is the exact number, which is too short for zombies and skeletons and witches to spawn in. Obviously Enderman can't spawn in that. And then it's just tall enough for creepers to be able to spawn, and then obviously spiders, since they're only a block tall, but because these trapdoors are here, spiders won't even be able to spawn here either, so it's pretty good. Now these didn't have to be iron, by the way, but I've got more iron than I have wood, and these just look cooler, so easier just to do it like this. But this is definitely more of a later game farm for anyone who's interested. You can build this pretty early game, honestly, because as I've talked about, a lot of the materials are like cheap for stuff you can get pretty easily just by mining by hand. The gold for the powered rails will be your hardest part. Iron's not so bad when you have an iron farm. It's just making a gold farm is like actually like takes a good bit more effort. You can still get it by mining, Just be aware it takes like 7 stacks to do this big. You don't have to do it this big. You could do it a lot smaller if you wanted to, which is the beauty of it. But we've got all of our iron trapdoors in place here, so now all we got to do is go ahead and grab some extra lava and up at the top of the world. And then we can place in our cobblestone, and then that'll be a full layer done. So let's go ahead and pop on up, grab an empty shulker box real quick, like so. And then actually sit down and use the lava farm for a little bit. Haven't done that in ages. In fact, I kind of barely remember where it is. I think it's just down here by the... yeah, it is. Okay. It's just down here. Oh, I actually already had buckets. Whoops. No. Anyways, let's see here. 24, we only need 3 extra. So that'll get us our full amount of them. Go ahead and dump that away. And that is enough lava for 3 layers. So that's actually a quarter of all the lava we'll need. So that amount got us a quarter, which, yeah, pretty good. We still have lots of lava left to harvest, not to mention since, well, I don't know. It's only a lava farm, so it's going to make more over enough time. So we don't even have to really... I'm going to redo that super smelter one day, just not today. But I do want to redo that super smelter, just put it in a nicer area, or actually make the redstone in it more consistent as it could have been, but alright for now. Go ahead and glide on down here, but you can see it's a pretty nice looking pattern too, so it's pretty cool. Got enough space in between the floor, it's pretty I think for the floor we'll just use like regular like non-cobbled deep slate because it actually looks really fucking cool, so I like that a lot. But yeah, we just need to get 9 buckets of lava here. We're actually going to dump our extra bucket in there so I know not to use it by accident. And then it literally just turns into go fill up the cauldrons with lava. Since they're cauldrons, they're self-contained, so I don't have to worry about like anything with them. And that is actually an entire layer all done and dusted right there. So all we have to do is seal off the roof with cobblestone, and then I can start building the next layer and the next one, and the next. It keeps going, but we do have enough. So let's go ahead and grab our cobblestone here, and a solid chunk of it here, and just build, just get it covered. And also, there's no risk of me, like, accidentally, because if that was a normal source black lava, there'd be a chance of me just breaking one by accident by putting stone on it. So, it's better that it's in a cauldron because there's no way I'd fuck it up. Which, is good. So these inner layers, having their roofs made out of cobblestone literally does not matter because we will never be able to see it, and also it's not, like, that bad of a block anyway, so it's really nice. Cool. If I really need to get picky about how it looks, all I have to do, because this will be the side where the tinted glass is on, is just trim out the cobblestone every once in a while, and that's it, so it's nothing really bad. Super simple farm. It won't actually even start working even if I turn the mob switch off until we get all the sides sealed off as well, so that's something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind, too, is I think I'm going to actually seal off the area above the hoppers as well, and this kind of like blank space, we'll just use cobblestone, just because it makes a flush wall, and then it makes it easier down the line too when I need to like make sure everything's sealed off, because if any light gets into the farm, which would either come from these lava cauldrons or from the the light in the trapdoors or the The hoppers themselves, since they're not full blocks, they actually let light in from the sides. So they need to be sealed off completely with something, you know, tinted glass, cobblestone, fucking netherite. I don't know. It needs to be something. It's gonna be cobblestone, but it just needs to have something in place is all. So that's a whole layer done. So what we're gonna do real quick is just kind of fill in this layer like so. And that's the whole like layer done. Like that's it. There doesn't need to be any more layers. So what we can do now is cover up the edges with cobblestone brick, excuse me, deep slate brick, sorry. And then we're pretty much good from there. So we'll also have to do a little something like that. And again, we're gonna seal that off with solid blocks, and then this will all be like tin. So yeah. This might be the only one I make some kind of exception for just because it's right in the way, and if I want more storage, I'm gonna have. No, because if it's tinted glass, yeah, it should be fine. We'll leave it as is, but I'll just put tinted glass over the top and we can still look at it, so fine. But yeah, let's just go ahead and grab another empty box from my base real quick, and we'll go ahead and fly on out of here. And we'll just go ahead and grab an empty box and a bunch of cobblestone, or not cobblestone, deep. Maybe we'll even use tiles. I don't know. Could be something. But it will be at least something. This needs to be put away. I don't know why I still left that out. I don't want to risk it. Anyways, like I was saying, deep slate. Yep. Alright. That is polished deep slate. I think I make 4 of those, and then that deep slate brick, yep. So it's polished deep slate into slate brick. Polished. Polished into brick. Yep, so that's a full shulker box of deep bricks. Plenty. That should be plenty for right now. We're definitely going to need a lot more of them later, but this is just kind of a nice way to show off what it's actually gonna look like. This will just go out to the side by itself. Grab a couple of stacks of them. And then, yeah, we just build up on these sides a little bit here, like so. Actually, we're not going to build up all the way around. Some, like, just a little bit for. We'll just have it be 2 blocks tall for the moment. But, you know, you get the idea of it. It's not groundbreaking, it's just bricks everywhere. And then I think we can dress up the cobblestone here with tiles or something. Just that way, like every couple of blocks is a stripe. Actually, no, we'll use quartz bricks. Just so there's like a nicer like contrast and a cooler pop of color. But all of this here would be tinted glass the whole way around, including like above the chest. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all that is. So nothing too difficult at all. And now we can build the second layer. So it's fully functional. It actually could start producing like right now if I really wanted or needed it. Off everything. We'll probably have to take some time tomorrow to actually go out and get the rest of the glass and things. But let's just take it one step at a time, get our hoppers, get our building blocks, our spawning blocks, and our slabs. And that's a good place to start. Hit F3G. Probably be easier to start with the blade first, just so we got a corner something. Corner there. And then we'll just go ahead and get started here with. Yeah, why don't we, let's clean up these hoppers just for right now, and then I just want to make sure I don't accidentally like build something wrong just because I'm like basing it off the hoppers and they were never. Let's just kind of clean that up for right now. So 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Whoops. Brick. Full enough. And then of course we got to get all of our slabs in place and then sleep. And then we can start tunneling for our hopper line. When we can actually place in our hoppers for. Here, each we put down a cobble plate for our redstone. And then we can just go ahead and put our hoppers here real quick. Here we go. And then we can actually put away our hoppers here for right now. Back for the time being. With our webs, our spawning blocks. And what we need now are redstone and our cauldrons. And then our rails, powered rails. And then we'll make the carts and boats later, so getting there. Alright, almost there with our trapdoors. And we're good on trapdoors now. And then it's just rail. And then we just need minecarts and boats. And then once the minecarts and boats are in place, then we can seal everything off and start getting the lava in and all that good stuff. Getting there. I mentioned the iron trapdoor too, but that'll be a good way to test too by accident. It actually makes it down to the output chest at the bottom. It should. It's really shouldn't, but you never know. A set of rails and powered rails here. There we go. If I look down in here, you can see we've got our powered rail. So we can go ahead. Away. Let me see here. Here it is. Those away. Turn off chunk borders since I don't need those. Get rid of our wooden trap doors since those are all done now. Iron here. But the main one right now that we need are the mine carts. Mine carts here. Got. And then we just want our boats. We're actually getting these pretty quick this time. Nice. And that's all the boats, so yep. Now it pretty much just turns into we need to go get our cobble deep slate, just a little bit more down here, and our iron trap doors plate. And we're ready to start filling in all of this. Nothing too hard, just something I gotta. Okay, good. And then it just turns into placing down a bunch of iron trapdoors. Which ain't too hard. Alright, that is all of the trapdoors put in. Again. Whoops. And then we just want to grab some extra lava buckets. Get rid of the cobblestone. I don't know why I said cobblestone. But yeah, we just want to get our cobblestone too while we're sitting here. So let's go ahead. And then pretty much the nicest way I got up into here is so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I want to get something a little better. It's already been almost 3 hours. That is another layer done. So we just have to seal it off here. And then we'll build one more layer and I'll probably call it a day there. Just go take some time to refresh the, probably go refresh the lava so I've actually got more of it. And then I'll go trade for some glass for a little bit, or at least go mine some amethyst so I can get the glass down the line. I'm at to stockpile quite a bit of amethyst shards, so I'll go bring a shulker box to go put down there. And all we're gonna do is just cobble some there. And then we're just gonna fill that little section up with cobble like we did earlier, and then that'll be. Alright, yeah, so that's another layer fully done and dusted. Go ahead and build one more here for today, and what happened, so yeah, okay. I guess I should, this part up, I guess. There we go now. Alright, same deal as before. We want hoppers, we want building blocks, we want slabs, we want bricks, and then we'll get some redstone and some cauldrons. I'll tuck that away for now. And then we'll get some trapdoors. Go ahead and get this stuff built first. Almost dark there. That's fine. Got some thunder brewing up there. And then we just need our redstone cauldrons. And then we can get our rails, and then that'll pretty much be it for this lake. Doors too. I've actually already got the wooden ones on. Yeah. It looks like we got all that done. Now we can go ahead and put all the excess away. So like these there. So that can go. There are the slabs, there they go. Bricks. Those away. And put those away. Alright, so it's just our rails and our powered rails for right now. So we'll go ahead and grab a stack of each like with last time. And then go ahead and set apart all that stuff too. Our boats and mine. Alright, second to last one, and then last one. Alright, and we can actually check and see, but yep, our rail got deposited, so that's things up as it should. Go ahead and here's one other thing I should do also. Just have the boxes holding out for a little bit. I think because there needs to be a there needs to be somewhere I can put down just for. I'll probably have it built into here since this part's on the corners. What happens? But this just makes it so that way I can actually have like a built-in way, like in the farm itself, to kind of get up higher and build the farm properly. I have them jump from like a ledge or something. Here. Right, and then our boats. Alright, that gets us all 9 boats. Alright, now that hurt it all. Yep, and then we just really want our cobbled deep slate and our iron goes. And then we'll start getting all that put into place. So we're only going to have a quarter of the farm built up today, but honestly that's not too big a deal because we've already got all the materials for it, barring like the tinted glass. That is a problem. Don't know how that interacts with lava. Something to check. I forgot since it's raining it fills up cauldrons and waters and cauldrons, all that kind of stuff to do about it. That's all in place first of all, so we'll worry about that a little later. But alright, so that's all of our iron trapdoors for this one, and then we just need to get lava in place. After I put it, there we go. Cobbled deep slate box, wherever the hell it is, there it is. There's that, and then we got our lava here, and then we can grab. Oh, it does just replace it. Good. Not to worry too much. Then. Unless it's full, in which case then I might have to worry about it. But if it's full, I can just take it out with like one of the empty buckets. None of them are full, luckily. So. But yeah, that's another layer fully done. Minecarts in there, so they're running. They're doing their thing. Alright, there we go. So that's our third layer done. And we'll just go ahead and more lava into here. 27. Alright, good. Go ahead and just load those down there. And we'll just run up a couple of extra hoppers and top here. Just down there. Next time we can start work on layers 4 through 12, get the actual main farm of it built up, and then once that's fully built up, then all it turns into is, oh yeah, it's also maybe take a little bit extra time before I forget. So we're just gonna kind of light up all this stuff down, just to make sure there's no issues down the line. Especially since the glass isn't in place yet either, and if something spawns in these front spots, I'd rather not. We'll have the mob switch on next time too, like we did today, but it's just better to spawn. Plus, it kind of shows a clear line of where. Yeah, we're good. Got our flat part where our glass goes, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and get some extra lava, like I talked about. And we got our hoppers put in. And shit, yeah, honestly, that's really all we're doing is just getting some of that lava put in, and then we'll go mine some amethyst here for a little bit. Go sleep up at the bed too, since but you can already see how it's starting to go, so I wouldn't even be surprised if at this rate it actually makes it up and out of the surface, but I kind of hope it doesn't, but honestly it would be pretty cool to see if it does, so if it does, we'll see if we can't make something nice out of it, but who knows. So just something to keep in mind. It's like 5 blocks per layer or something like that, 4 to 5, so it's pretty hefty. And then, you know, we've got 12 layers we're building. So yeah, we might make it pretty close up to the surface, so at least if I do fall on there, it's not really like that much of a hazard at that point, because even with no armor, I probably wouldn't even take that much damage. Not that I'd ever fuck around and find out with it, because that's exactly how you die. You say, huh, I won't take that much damage from this thing that will kill me. And then you die to it, and then it's like, yeah, alright, that was things that happened. Hello, you got anything for me? You gotta have something for me here. Come on. Oh, he does. He does. He does. He's got torch flower seeds. Oh, how nice of him. Feeling Big Man had something ready for me. Unfortunately, Big Man's got nothing else here, but still got something, so hey, cool. Good for him. You actually need torch flower seeds too, to breed him up, but we'll leave it be. We'll plant it out just for a little bit. Let's see here. Wanted to do something. Oh, yeah, the geode first, but let's check on the sugarcane farm, you know. Kind of curious. Yep. Alright, so as you can see, we have some extra sugarcane in our base now. You know, in case I need it, I guess. Never have too much of it, except for the part where you can. Like, good lord. Sea of green. I'm taking a picture of this. Ugh. Yeah, we got a little bit of extra sugar cane here, so that's pretty nice to have, I guess. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go drop off this empty. That's not empty. This is empty. We'll go ahead and drop off this empty box down at the geode, and then we'll kind of go fill up our lava buckets, have it all prepped for next time, and then I'll pretty much call it there because it's been more than 3. A little bit too long. Yeah, let's just go ahead and pop on down here. Fun though, so haven't been too bad. Okay, so I saw a hitbox. Thought I did. Pretty sure I did. Huh, wonder what I saw. Okay, huh. Might have been. It can't have been that. It wouldn't have stuck through that much. Go ahead. That one wasn't fully. At least with those 2 blocks I broke, I kind of get them back to an extent by freeing up some of the spots here. That didn't really lose anything in the end, I guess. If just 2 budding blocks, it's really not that big of a deal. Want to make sure not to have it break. That's why we made this pickaxe. It helps out a lot so far, and I've been mining. So good. Hopefully it stays that way. Ones this high up in the ceiling, though, are a problem than the farther down. Yeah, I wonder why. Ceiling, maybe? But, yeah, no, we got a lot of them so far, so... Oh, shit, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll have no problem reaching a full shulker box of shards, like, in... especially at this rate. This will actually bring us up to like a full shulker box of amethyst. Pretty good. Spoiler. So 1 shulker box of shards makes you, 2 shulker boxes of tinted glass if you craft up all of it. No, actually, I lied. So it's actually 4 shulker boxes of shards that makes you 2 boxes of. So this helps. This makes half a shulker box's worth of. All right, fair. I've got all that other like those other shards laying around in the base too. So we got enough for like an actual full box, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I need more of them though if I really want to do a lot. So that's good for now at least. So why don't we just go ahead and fly on back up? Let's see your fireworks here. Whoops. But yeah, that's at least a good start. So 2 shulker boxes of amethyst will make 1 full box of tinted glass. So it's all right. Not stellar, but I mean it's considering the amount we're talking about here, it's certainly not too bad. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get these buckets filled back up with the lava, and then I'm gonna call it a day. So it shouldn't take too long. You can actually see the lava that we had collected earlier already got all filled back up. So that's pretty funny. The other 16. Fill up a lot of lava there, so that's good for another 3 layers. And then that's pretty much all for today. Yeah, shit. I mean, we got all of our lava. We got a quarter of the farm done. Next time we will get the rest of the farm all built. I should be able to get it all. Couldn't, but good. So yeah, not bad at all. We'll just go ahead. Now you can hear. I don't know if you did hear or not, but we actually had a bat. They can actually spawn, as I talked about before. They spawn in the farm itself too when it's dark enough. It's probably just dark enough in the very back of certain parts, but you can see we got one little guy. He's hanging out. He won't cause any issues. He's not fat enough to actually. So, nothing too bad. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and pop up in the bed and then there. But yeah, next time we'll just finish putting in the rest of the farm, and then pretty much all it'll be is just putting in the rest of the farm. Which won't actually take that long, so now that we have all the materials, it's just placing them all, which ain't too bad. But that's going to do it for me today. It's currently day 1854. It has been 3.5 hours, and I am a little tired. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope to see y'all again next time. Tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, bye-bye for now.